Yes, guys! Welcome back to another video here on my channel. Today, I've got a really interesting topic what I do actually want to bring up, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, but the TV coverage in the UK, the games what Sky Sports, TNT choose to cover in the Premier League is very up and down in terms of the level of the fixture. Now, obviously, you got to put into account Conference League and Champions League and all that on a week, during the week, or the Carabao Cup. But next weekend is a prime example on why I absolutely think that this is not planned well. Okay? And I do not want to hear, it was all based on the Conference League, and Arsenal were meant to be playing Ipswich anyways on Sunday, so that's why. But realistically, they chose what fixtures go on TV a month or two in advance. If they see Chelsea versus Fulham as a bigger game in terms of what they have to play for, then why not put that on TV? And no, I'm not just saying this from a Chelsea fan POV, because I am going to have to admit, from a non-biased POV here, that our bigger games what missed out TV coverage when they shouldn't have really missed out on TV coverage. Like, I would have rather sacrificed Chelsea versus Everton in 2 weeks' time for Fulham versus Chelsea on a TV slot on next Sunday, because that game has a lot to play for. Europa League for Fulham, Champions League for us, potentially Champions League for Fulham. If results go their way, they could be in a little Champions League push, but we're not going to take it to that level of extreme. But you're telling me a game where there's so much riding on it, and then you have games like Ipswich versus Arsenal at Portman Road, where what has Arsenal got to play for? Come on, like, they are not going to win the league. Like, they're not going to go on a unbeaten run. Like, if they drop points next week and if Liverpool win, yeah, sure, Liverpool win the league. Okay, you can have facts of debate, but you're telling me that a game where there's so much European places on stake, you're telling me that they can't find even one TV slot for that game? I don't believe it. I don't. There's so much you could do. They're not scared to put games on at 8 PM on a Sunday, by the way. We've seen it before with Man United, Leicester, after the Carabao Cup final. But Tottenham, Southampton, you remember that, right? In December, when we had to go to Azerbaijan, to bloody Kazakhstan. Like, they're not scared to put games at 8 PM. So why don't they do it this weekend, like next weekend, when there's a game what's so much bigger than the games that are going to be on TV anyways? And I don't know, and please someone explain, right, if anyone's even going to comment on this, right? But why can't they schedule a third game in on a Sunday or even Monday? Because I don't even know if there's a Monday night kickoff next week, actually. So, actually, yeah, there is. So, fuck the whole Monday idea. But that game is big in terms of so many things. Chelsea's UCL push. Fulham has European aspirations for this season, qualifying for next season. And you're telling me that Ipswich versus Arsenal is a game where they're like, oh my gosh, this is going to catch a lot of eyes, guys. So instead of Chelsea versus Fulham, I got this amazing idea, right? Let's put Ipswich versus Arsenal. And let's not put the Chelsea game on TV, because that's not relevant. That's not relevant. We only care about big team versus small team, big team versus small team. That's what it is next weekend. 4:30 kickoff. Liverpool versus Leicester City. Liverpool could be current champions. Yes, I agree that should be on TV. I agree with the Liverpool game, okay? But going with the extreme take that Ipswich Town versus Arsenal has priority at 2 PM over Chelsea versus Fulham, fuck off. They can fuck off. Another prime example is, I remember when there was a game not chosen for TV coverage, and I forgot what team it was. Chelsea versus Brighton, 3 PM on a Saturday. I can't remember what the 5:30 PM game was that day, but that game, European stuff on the line, we all knew how it was then. That didn't get chosen for TV coverage, however, that got chosen for a 3 PM slot. Because of the 3 PM blackout rules, I can't watch it even though I'm not even in England. So you can't blame me for making this video complaining about how the TV scheduling, the TV coverage is totally rigged to certain teams or whatever. Another prime example, unrelated to Chelsea, was Man City versus Newcastle. That was chosen for a 3 PM slot on a Saturday. And before you say, well, what was on the line then? Newcastle pushing for Europe, Man City pushing for Europe. No, not Man City pushing for the title. Man City pushing for Europe. The biggest game, and yet they choose the 5:30 PM kickoff to be one of the deadest games on the night. You're telling me that you have that much of a big game, what could bring in so much money, so much, like you're talking multiple thousands to 100 grand, like that could get you in so much money. Heck, it'd probably make more from Sky Sports, but from the games we actually saw on TV. But you're telling me that's not even prioritised for a TV coverage slot, yet you have games like Brentford versus Palace, or the likes of Bournemouth versus Southampton getting a TV slot. Like, come on. Like, and another good example of this is, like, I remember they shown a game on TV, right? Ipswich versus Man United. 4:30 PM kickoff. Now the 4:30 PMs, if you're not in the UK, they're known for big game fixtures. Like the biggest game on the Sunday is meant to be in that slot. What is so big about two mid-table clubs? Tell me. I want to know. How did Ipswich versus Man United get on TV? Surely there was another game that one weekend where they could slot into that 4:30 PM slot. Surely there's something, right? And because I'm from my phone, I can't actually search up fixtures, but surely there's something, even just one game better quality than that. And it's annoying, man, because the UK could be doing so much. If they only want to put one game on, then per time slot, then at least choose some good games. Like, at least choose the games where actually has something on the line. If you wanna try put more games on TV, mate, Sky Sports release Sky Sports Plus. This is meant to be showing more games than ever before. More Championship, more League 1, more League 2. Why can't the Premier League, because Sky Sports have TV coverage, yeah? Why can't they put a game on Sky Sports Plus? There's all the other 2 PM games on Sky Sports Plus. Why can't they do that, you may be asking? Well, it's because it'll take away money from the big game on TV that day, right? Sky Sports' main income in terms of football is the Premier League. So if they were to put multiple games on TV at 2 PM on a Sunday, then they're not going to make as much money, which is what they care about. But you literally have a service from Sky Sports themselves for no extra charge called Sky Sports Plus, where this is meant to be showing more games than ever before, yet we have this. You're telling me that on the final day of the season, they won't use Sky Sports Plus to show every single game? Of course they won't. They're going to show 3 games, 4 games, and leave the rest in oblivion. Forest versus Chelsea will probably be a game on the final day of the season. Aston Villa versus United, final day of the season, probably going to be on TV because, you know, we take some priority here. Liverpool versus whoever they got to play. Man City versus whoever they got to play back to probably be on TV. But yet you have teams, you have games what mean a lot probably for certain situations not getting on TV. Like there's probably a game on the final day of the season what could clinch Europa League, Conference League. Yet they won't show that because they want to prioritise the likes of Man United over the games to actually have something on the line. This will be a video what probably won't do well because I'm reviving the channel, but this is just a topic what I wanted to bring up, and TNT Sports isn't much different, right? Now, I actually have an argument where TNT Sports pick the games better because it's kind of hard to find a good game what's been open to put on the 12:30 slot. So, I think they have some sympathy here, right? But Sky Sports have no sympathy for what they pick on TV most weeks, some weeks. Like, and it's them wanting money, right? But I want to know, in what world does Brentford versus Crystal Palace pull more eyes at the start of the season? How does that pull more eyes than, I don't know, right? Than a Villa game? Because Villa were playing, I forgot who they even played to kick off the season, but like Brentford versus Palace, I even think they got the double, that game got broadcasted 2 times. So yeah, don't want to hear the whole, well, how do you know they're in conference? How, like, we need to schedule based on conference, me, like, we need to broadcast each team somewhat equally. Okay, so if we're doing it of equality, then Southampton only broadcasted a total of 6 times on Sky Sports this year. Yeah, you have Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United, Man City, getting broadcasted, Liverpool even, getting broadcasted more than 20 times this season. I want an explanation for that. So if we're allocating each team certain amounts of TV coverage slots, what's totally not equal, because we all know they have biasity towards the bigger clubs, towards the higher placing clubs in the Premier League, compared to the lower placing clubs, then, like, you gotta just think, well, okay, so if we're basing it off this, then why isn't the games that actually have something on the line being sent on TV? So, I beg the question, will this ever change? I don't think it will. Because the Sky Sports want money, yes, but they hand out the game coverage so poorly. There's so much better games what they could be showing over the next few weeks. Tottenham versus Forest. We didn't know that was going to be TV coverage till last month, right? If we're basing it off games what should be on TV or not, switch Chelsea versus Fulham and Nottingham Forest versus Tottenham around, put Ipswich versus Arsenal not on TV, or whatever, or even have Tottenham not on TV and Arsenal still on TV, and have Chelsea at a London derby with European football on the line as a Monday night 8 PM kickoff. Why can't we do that, you may ask? Well, because it's a Monday night, it might affect the viewership. Like, fuck off. Like, we don't even have Conference League next week. We have Conference League this upcoming week, not next week. I don't know any Conference League games happening on Monday the, I don't know, of April. Monday 22nd. Tell me, enlighten me. What games are there? I'm waiting. So yeah, the TV coverage needs fixing. It needs improving. It needs the whole games what they pick. That needs fully revamping, because I'm not the only one to complain about this. 3 PM blackout rule is the only reason why we're here. Like, you have places, like, you have channels like Peacock, DAZN, Fubo, who show every single Premier League game. Oh, but that's in America, Luke. Luke, you can't travel. Not everyone will be able to travel from America to the UK to watch the game every week, every few weeks, every few months. and you think me, for example, will want to spend $2,000 a week, every month, to watch Chelsea? And I'm even more annoyed about this because I don't even live in England. I live on an island called Jersey, so the TV coverage is even more annoying for me compared to people who live in England. So I'm affected by this because we have UK coverage channels and not our own channels anyways. That's the same with Guernsey, Alderney, they're each the same channels as us and the UK. So I'm ranting about this even more because I can't go over to England every week, every month or so, especially if you're broke like me. Well, not broke, but if you're somewhat poor, you can't do that every few weeks, every few months. So I thought I'd just make this video. Let me know what you think on this topic below. Like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Let's get me to 200 subs. Let's revive the channel even more. Love you guys and peace out.